Guys, it is 12:50 Saturday morning. How much you got done our lift from Friday? You know, we had to do the Friday lift because I didn't fucking do it. I was running around all day. So, you know, at the end of the day, can't see shit. So, alright, I was running around all day. I was hanging out with my one friend. I was driving home. I was tired. You know, I'm driving home. And Curtis, you didn't watch my last video, but it's all right, man. I forgive you. You know, I'm not going to hold on to nothing. You know, because I like talking to Curtis because he's like my number one. But at the end of the day, I did this for me. So, Curtis, it's all right you didn't watch. I like producing these. I like making them. They're going to go on the... I'm going to make a TikTok for them soon. Start putting them on there, you know. Hopefully get some exposure, a little growth. But I was driving home, I was tired as shit, you know. And I thought to myself, one, I haven't made a video yet, which is no biggie. I was going to make a video either way, but what was I going to do? Was I going to yammer on about how I'm a busy boy and let's talk philosophy now? And I didn't go to the gym because I was tired. Shut the fuck up. Lock the fuck in. And fucking hit that shit, bro. I just did a crazy ass arm day. I'm still feeling it. Well, I just left, so obviously. But bang that shit out. Heavy on the bicep, emphasis. I did the thing again where I did buys, tries, shoulders, and forearms. But I wanted to whack all that shit out. Tomorrow we got legs, motherfucker. Sunday I think I'm gonna take it easy. But the schedule today was arms. Or yesterday, technically. But I ain't go to bed yet, so it's still Friday, technically. Fuck you. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is there's a lot of shit I don't want to do. I didn't want to hit arms. I started hitting that. I was like, oh, I needed that. You know what I mean? I needed to hit arms. Because why the fuck wouldn't I? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's dive into today's philosophy topic. Perspective. Alright. I saw a quote. Don't know who said it, but I saw a quote. It said, a knife can either cut you or feed you, depending on how you use it. That's good. That is good. That's strong. That's empowering. You know what I mean? Let's be real here. Everyone's held a knife. You know, butter knife, a kitchen knife, a pocket knife, fucking full 6-inch blade. I got one. But think about it, you know. You can cut your little hand, boom, and negative. You know, let's stop seeing things as positive and negative. Things are just things, right? But we label them as good and bad depending on how they affect us and everything. You know, whatever. I'm a little tired, so this is gonna be a lot of rambling. But you know, everyone's hypothetically been cut by a knife. You know, and you ow, boom, boom. You know, whatever. But at the same time, say you make a nice steak. I like steak. I'm a big fan of steak. Cut that shit with a knife, bang. You're fed. Me and my one buddy Bugs, Brandon, if you will, we hit a lift together. I forget what we hit, but what I do remember is how I said I wanted to eat a mango after the lift. So after the lift, we went to the Giant. Oh, let me merge up. We're good, dude. We're money. So we went to the Giant, not far from the gym. Stand there in the mango aisle like a couple of fucking knuckleheads. Picking them up. Oh, is this one ripe? I don't fucking know, you know. We picked two, and we're looking at it, and we go, huh, how are we going to eat this thing? You know what we did? We took my pocket knife out, and we, you know, cut the skin off, cut them up into little pieces, and, you know, knife can either cut you or feed you. Let's do another one. Spider-Man, I don't know. It was the most recent Tom Holland one where the Green Goblin and the Doc Ock and all them. They're all the villain, you know. And Green Goblin there, he's about to turn everyone evil. Or Peter's trying to fix everyone, and Doc Ock's, you know, Norman's on sabbatical, honey. And he's fighting Peter, Spider-Man, whatever you want to call him. And he goes, this might be in the end, I forget. But the quote I'm referencing here is, strong enough to have it all, but too weak to take it. Another very good quote. You know what I mean? Think about it. We've all fumbled a good-looking lady. A bad B word, if you will. But so what? Yeah, you were strong enough to have it, but you got insecure or whatever, and it slipped through your fingers like sand. You have like the genetics, you know, hypothetically, let's go off this. You have that 1% genetics where you can be the fucking next Ronnie Coleman. But you don't want to lift no heavy ass weight. Like Ronnie Coleman himself said, everyone want to be a bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift heavy ass weight. You know what I mean? So, honestly, everything's right in front of you. Everything's right in front of you for the taking, you know? I saw this other video. It's I don't know who it is, but I like watching this little TikTok video, so I'm scrolling. Gym guy, you know, talks about, I don't know. I forget. I don't know. He wears glasses. It might help. But he talks about, you know, just posting this shit. You know, clips like this. I've been doing it for what, 23 days now? I got 4 subscribers and Curtis. It's 4 more and 1 less Curtis than I had 2 months ago. You know what I mean? You just post. Who cares? You know, I'm just talking about my day and some philosophy shit because I like talking about it. You know? I like thinking. I like quotes. I like using the brain. You know? It's in a past one of these car talks, we'll call them, that I did. I talked about how the man that can read but doesn't is no better than the man that can't read. You know? You have the power. You have the potential. But too weak to take it. You know what I mean? I feel like we don't exercise our mind enough anymore. I always talk about the book, The 5 Rings, Miyamoto Musashi. Great read. You know, I love it. But sometimes I sit down in my room on a chair and I look at my Xbox and I look at the books, or I look at my phone and I don't fucking read. You know, I'm no better than the man that can't read, because sometimes I'd rather have a little brain rotting moment where I can just, you know, those don't add up to nothing, and they're fun when you're in middle school or high school, you know, whatever. But there comes a chance where you got to be like, all right, the brain is a muscle. How do you work this muscle? You fucking read. How do you work on and just working that brain muscle of yours will help you with other things. You know, there's another guy I watch a lot of inspirational things, but he's got something across the chest. He's an African American fellow. I like his content on TikTok. I wish I knew who I was talking about, but I don't. But he talks about how men nowadays need to think more before they speak. You know, men they're talking feminine too fast, not thinking before they speak. And, you know, when I'm in a real like deep conversation with one of my boys, I always think about how I want to respond to something. You know, in general, you should, but you know what I mean. Like, work your brain muscles, and that'll help with your talk, your language. You know, some people fumble a nice lady because they're just insecure, and it shows. It comes off the way they talk, their body language, how they act. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, everyone's been there. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Shit's gotta change, you know? stay the same forever or change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Theo Von said that quote. I don't know who said it first, but maybe it was Theo Von. I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I'm being more direct tonight. You know, it's fucking now 1 o'clock. Been talking for 10 minutes. And I still got to go home and journal and take all my vitamins. And listen, guys, I don't take my vitamins because I want to be the strongest or I want to live forever, you know? I take my vitamins so that, like, days, not just today, but every day that I wake up and I'm grateful for. Be grateful for everything. Even waking up, bam. Number one thing to be grateful for right there. Bang. You know? I want to feel the best I physically can. And if I can do that by taking a little fucking 6 little vitamins to help with my fucking vitamin D or vitamin C or, you know, I'm going to take it. You know? I want to feel 100% every day. You know, why would I compromise for something less when I have everything in my world of possibility to be 100% of the time? You know what I mean? So guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope it all made sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. But like I said, I'm gonna start posting these to TikTok. You know, we gotta get more traction on these. I want more people. I want to hear more. I want to hear more voices. I want to be able to interact with more people. So that's what we got today. Hope it made sense. I hope everyone had a beautiful day. And yeah, and this shit right here, man. Oh, today was better than yesterday. Tomorrow will be better than today. And